go to the theater not just to see myself reflected on stage. I go to learn about people I don't know. I'm much more interested in that. I'm just in love with how the theater can open us up to other worlds and other lives.
In Bathing Moonlight, I concentrate on a Cuban-American family who is losing their home. But there's a larger story being told as well, which has to do with love and romance.
But in the center is a question about what a love between a man and a woman, or between two people, actually is. And when you have a priest who had devoted his entire life to his love of God and of Jesus, to discover he has a greater love for this woman, or that perhaps the kind of love he had for God could be transferred to this love for a woman. It's just a real investigation of love. Ayad Akhtar's play, Disgraced, I think is the most frequently produced play this season in America, for good reason. It is a play examining so many of the issues that we're all struggling with today in terms of questions of Islam and radical Islam, in terms of questions of identity. You have young, professional, highly accomplished people and good friends finding both where they connect and where they are irrationally enraged by each other. People want to get walloped with a play like this and then, as we're going to do, be able to talk about it afterwards. So we're doing a lot of audience engagement on this piece, so people really come away with all the complexities that the piece has to offer. There's always a season in every religion where we think about what we can give to each other, how we can open our hearts and help others, how we can help mend the world.
This production will use the same adaptation of A Christmas Carol as the last two productions at McCarter Theatre, drawing upon Dickens' own words for the ideas of how the play should look, how the play should move, how the play should feel. But it's going to look fresh, it's going to look new, and it's going to look very true to what Dickens wrote and was imagining.
We're going to have community members be part of the London street scene. They'll also be greeting the community as they come in. They'll be part of the world of Christmas Carol, and yet they're also part of the community. Bedlam is a fantastic company. I first heard about them from friends who had just seen the Hamlet St. John's, so I made sure to get down to the Culture Project and see them. Performed by 4 actors. I mean, they did every single syllable of the play, and it was a tour de force of acting.
I think people forget how funny Shaw is, and they see this play and it's hysterical. Writing doesn't get that good that often. It's as good as much of Shakespeare's canon. It's rare to see Hamlet with so few actors, and I think what that does to a play, especially a play you know well or you know of, you can't help but hear it differently when it's only 4 people. You're gonna hear it in a way you've not heard it.
What's thrilling here is that the Agatha Christie estate entrusted Ken Ludwig with the jewel in their crown, which is Murder on the Orient Express. And so I feel greatly blessed that this institution and myself as a director have been entrusted with the world premiere.
One of the great attractions of Murder on the Orient Express is it is filled with mystery and romance. It's a melodrama, a romantic melodrama in the very best sense. People know me here for my comedies, and that's what I've written most of my life is comedies. This one's a little bit different. It has humor in it, a lot of humor, but it's primarily a romantic tale, a tale of suspense, of mystery, of lights and shadows.
And so if you'll remember with Baskerville, he found a farce in Hound of the Baskervilles. He's not doing that here, but he is finding that perfect balance between humor and suspense. I do believe that the history of America is still in the process of being written. We don't know it. And one of the things that the theater can do is bring it alive. I've known Lynn for a very long time. She's an extraordinary writer. It is a tender, beautiful love story, and a portrait of a young African-American seamstress turning into the last century in New York, trying to make a living and yearning for love. These are the issues and the questions we're all grappling with. Let's grapple with them. Let's talk about them. And where better to do that than in the theater? It happens live in front of your eyes, and then you're live together experiencing it, and then afterwards you're live together talking about it. That's why I do theater.